અત્રે ઉપસ્થિત તમામ સાહેબશ્રી, આમંત્રિત મહેમાનો, ઇન્વેસ્ટર્સ અને મારા મિત્રોનું કમિશનર ઓફ જીઓલોજી એન્ડ માઇનિંગ ડિપાર્ટમેન્ટ તરફથી હું રોયલ્ટી ઇન્સ્પેક્ટર મેહુલા સભાયા ખૂબ ખૂબ સ્વાગત કરું છું. આજે આપણે સૌ અહીં એક એવા મંચ પર એકત્રિત થયા છીએ જે ફક્ત એક કાર્યક્રમ નથી, પરંતુ ગુજરાતના ભવિષ્યની દિશા નક્કી કરતું એક શક્તિશાળી આંદોલન છે, વાઇબ્રન્ટ ગુજરાત 2026, જેમાં અત્રે આપણે એકત્રિત થયા છીએ સેકન્ડ રિજિયનલ વાઇબ્રન્ટ ગુજરાત ફોર ધ ઝોન કચ્છ એન્ડ સૌરાષ્ટ્ર. વાઇબ્રન્ટ ગુજરાતનો મુખ્ય હેતુ છે સ્થાનિક વિકાસ અને વૈશ્વિક વિશ્વાસ. ગુજરાત હંમેશા ઉદ્યોગ, નવોચાર અને સાહસિકતાની ધરતી રહ્યું છે અને આ રિજિયનલ વાઇબ્રન્ટ ગુજરાત કાર્યક્રમ આપણે સ્થાનિક ઉદ્યોગોને વૈશ્વિક તકોથી જોડવાનો સંકલ્પ કરીએ છીએ અને એમાંની સોનેરી તક કમિશનર ઓફ જીઓલોજી એન્ડ માઇનિંગ ડિપાર્ટમેન્ટ ઝડપી રહ્યું છે. જીઓ મીન્સ ભૂસ્તર અને લોગન્સ મીન્સ સ્ટડી. તો ગુજરાતના ખનિજોનો ભૂસ્તરીય સ્તરે સ્ટડી કરીને આ ડિપાર્ટમેન્ટે સાબિત કર્યું છે ખનિજોનો ભરપૂર ભંડાર ગુજરાતમાં છે અને એવા જ અલગ અલગ કુલ 33 ખનિજોથી સમૃદ્ધ ડિપાર્ટમેન્ટના સાહેબશ્રીઓ અને આજના વક્તાશ્રીઓ અત્રે ઉપસ્થિત છે. તો હું માનનીય ધવલ પટેલ સર, કમિશનર સાહેબશ્રી, તેમજ અધિક નિયામક શ્રી એસ.જે. ચાવડા સર અને તમામ વક્તાશ્રીઓ અને સાહેબશ્રીઓને હું વિનંતી કરીશ કે અત્રે મંચ પર બિરાજમાન થાય. તમામ મહાનુભાવોનું તાળીઓથી સ્વાગત થઈ જાય. મંચ પર ઉપસ્થિત વક્તાશ્રીઓ કે જેમના આજના ખાસ ટોપિક છે સુમિત ચૌહાણ સર, સિનિયર જીઓલોજીસ્ટ CGM, જેમનો ટોપિક રહેશે CGM ઓવરવ્યૂ, એન્ડ વિજયકુમાર દાસ સર, ડાયરેક્ટર GSI, જેમનો આજનો ટોપિક છે ક્રિટિકલ એન્ડ સ્ટ્રેટેજિક મિનરલ પોટેન્શિયાલિટી ઓફ ગુજરાત એન્ડ ધેન એક્સપ્લોરેશન સ્ટ્રેટેજી. જનરલ મેનેજર શ્રી સ્વાગત રઈ સર, પીપળી GMDC, જેમનો આજનો ટોપિક છે GM ગુજરાત RED હબ ફોર સેપરેશન એન્ડ ડાઉનસ્ટ્રીમ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીઝ. અભિનય સેન ગુપ્તાશ્રી, એસોસિએટ ડાયરેક્ટર PWC, જેમનો આજનો ટોપિક છે ટ્રાન્સફોર્મિંગ ગુજરાત માઇનર મિનરલ ઓક્શન પ્રોસેસ. શ્રી નીરવ નેવાસકર, મેનેજર પ્રોપેલ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીઝ, જેમનો આજનો ટોપિક છે હાર્ડ રોક ક્રશિંગ એન્ડ સીવિંગ ટેકનોલોજી. શ્રી રજત દાસ સર, જનરલ મેનેજર MNS GMDC, જેમનો આજનો ટોપિક રહેશે ડાયનિટિંગ એન્ડ ફ્યુચર ગુજરાત માઇનિંગ રિવોલ્યુશન, GMDC રિપ્રેઝેન્ટેટિવ. કાર્યક્રમને આગળ વધારવા માટે હું તમામ વક્તાશ્રીઓને વન બાય વન મંચ પર ઉપસ્થિત કરીશ તેમનું પ્રેઝન્ટેશન માટે. તો આથી મંચ પર ઉપસ્થિત તમામ સાહેબશ્રીઓને હું વિનંતી કરીશ કે કાર્યક્રમને આગળ વધારશે અને શ્રી સુમિત ચૌહાણ સરને હું વિનંતી કરીશ કે તેમનું પ્રેઝન્ટેશન રજૂ કરશે. સર, આપ સૌ આપનું સ્થાન ગ્રહણ કરશો જેથી આગળનો કાર્યક્રમ વધારી શકાય.
Good morning all. So basically I am presenting CGM and overview. So CGM is divided into basically these are the categories. Mineral administration, we have district offices in majority of all the district except Dang. Then there are 3 exploration circles. Then we have exploration branch, lease branch. For enforcement, we have flying squad and the district offices. There's a EC cell, petrography and mineral chemistry lab. Then DMF, District Mineral Foundation is there, GMRDS is there. It's into exploration. Then SAPTI is there. This is just the general establishment. We are headed by Dr. Dhaval Patel sir, who is an IAS, basically commissioner. Then there are many class 1 officers, class 2, class 3 and class 4. Here is the table. I am not going into detail of that. These are the central government rules which we basically follow. These are basically the MMDR acts and amendments. These basically the salient features. So, for example, no renewal of mineral concession, expired lease to be auctioned after expiry. Mineral lease tenure was increased from 30 years to 50 years. So that is, you can say, one of the important things. Then there is a mineral classification reform. 31 minerals were reclassified from major to minor minerals. So because of that, the things have sped up. Then for the exploration part, there is a NMEDT. Earlier it was NMET, National Mineral Exploration and Development Trust. It gets contribution from 2% of the royalty. Then there's a DMF fund. For major, it's 30% of royalty, 10% of royalty for minor minerals. GMMCR 2017, these are basically the minor minerals rules which govern what we do in Gujarat state with respect to minor minerals. So for major mineral, it's MMDR Act. This one, for the betterment of auction and ease of doing business, the quarry lease, we are granting quarry lease on private land. So that one can take with the, there's a 100% royalty, which the bidder has to, not the bidder, but the private landowner has to pay the premium. These are different, I can say, the parameters, eligibility criteria. I'm not going into detail of that. So yeah, I'll come with the, from where we start. So this is the geological map of Gujarat. Minerals, I've shown the minerals, main locations. So I'll come to this map later on. The majority, the green color part is basalt. But again, I'll keep it as of now up till this. I'll carry on with this discussion later. So this is the categorization of the mineral, major and minor. Again, in Gujarat, we have good resources of limestone and bauxite. And in minor minerals, it's basalt and ordinary sand. These are the major mineral resources. Again, the slide is self-explanatory. This is the minor minerals. This slide is also self-explanatory. Fire clay, 45, silica sand, China clay, bentonite, 390 leases. Details of auction blocked. So we have with a slow start, we have come down to a 72.57 success rate in Gujarat with respect to the minerals. So in year 2025-26, which is not yet over, so it will increase accordingly. These are the major and minor mineral leases. So basically a total of 7,817. Major leases, I mean not in the sense major, but majority of the lease are of minor minerals only. So we can see major part of the land, we have more leases of minor than major. This is we have exploration. Once we identify the area, then if there's an illegal mining, transportation or storage, then we have an enforcement branch which is headed by additional director, and the main purpose of enforcement activity is to prevent the mineral theft. GMPMTS rules 2017, these are the rules which govern the enforcement activities. These are the various definitions. I'm not going into detail of that, but they are basic, like it deals with illegal mining, illegal storage, and illegal transportation. These are the major amendments. Again, the key point here to note that is we are doing amendments. So for this, I'll discuss later on. These are the steps taken to curb illegal mining, like there's a digital and surveillance initiative, simple SSP paper that has, without SSP paper, I don't think so we can, stop the illegal activities. It's basically a simple, like a permit that it's legal. Then there's a VTMS system, vehicle tracking and monitoring system. We have put GPS on the vehicle so that we can track them. MSS, mining surveillance system, is there. Mobile outposts are there to control and for enforcement purpose. Enforcement step, enablement and integrated platform. Again, like for example, we have body-worn cameras, ILMS system integrated with RTO vehicles, geomine application is there. Again, I am not going into detail of that. These are the basic things which we do to like check illegal mining activities. Again, VTMS, current status as on 30 November 2025, we have registered 1,05,117 vehicles. All mineral transporting vehicles equipped with GPS, live, these are the basic important features, live tracking operational round the clock. DMF is there, so since we are getting the royalty, we just need to give back to the society. So again, for the DMF collection, this is as per the Mines and Mineral Development and Regulation Amendment Act, the Government of India directed all state government to constitute DMF fund. Simultaneously, the Pradhan Mantri Khanij Kshetra Kalyan Yojana PMKKY was formulated for the welfare of mining affected areas. Again, this is the, you can say, once we are getting the royalty, what people are getting from the the local people who don't have lease and the villages where mines are there, what they are getting, this is governed by DMF fund. These are some of the projects. The slide is self-explanatory. For example, there is a healthcare center in Lakhpat and Abdasa Taluka of Kutch. Then there is an Amreli in Lodhpur, mobile medical unit in Panchmahal, and there is a DMF training center in Amreli. This also Sapti, I'll just go with the photos so that you'll understand better. And in the Sapti, basically there are two centers, Ambaji and in Dhangadra. So these are some of the photos which are prepared by the skilled artisans, and they are placed in good places across the state. Now there's a petrography and mineral chemistry lab also. So whatever samples we got, I'll just give you an example. If there's a limestone, to understand basically it's a limestone or it's a calcite or it's any other mineral. So we have a petrography and mineral chemistry lab, and in order to know the values of the percentage of the elements plus the petrography part. So we have major instruments like XRF, XRD, ICP-MS, AAS, atomic absorption spectrometer, DMA-80, bomb calorimeter. These are the instruments we have in the lab. So the slide is self-explanatory. Okay, I'll just quickly go through the main part. Now we have, since last year, this is the revenue which we have generated. So in 2024 and 25, we have reached 2100 crore. Now, up till now, we are on to 1423 CR. Now, which is by the end of the March 31st, basically financial year ends, we would be crossing the earlier figure. So this slide is also self-explanatory with all the establishment, with all the like geologists and all the staff, commissioner sir, and under his guidance, this is what we have achieved. This is the recovery, basically from the illegal mining, transportation, these cases, we have recovered this much amount. So in the last year, it was 228 crore. I'll just quickly go through the exploration slide. So, next slide. Cursor is not moving. Okay. Mineral exploration in Gujarat. So these are the stages. I'm not going into detail from mineral discovery till the auction part. This is self-explanatory. This is the geological map which we have already seen. Major and minor minerals. These are the exploration stages from G4 to G1. Again, it's the continuation and the detailed explanation. Legal framework. These are the relevant act, rules and policy. I'll just quickly go through the main part. Okay, I'll keep this slide on. Overview of mineral exploration since 1961. So since 1961, when CGM was established, since then, what we have done. So, and like we did systematic exploration since 1961. There were various survey stages, pre-detailed mineral survey, detailed mineral survey, drilling exploration. Now from that time till 2024, things were going smoothly, like we were doing continued exploration. But what we did after that, so did we do anything differently, or was it a simple logical step? So the initiative and the initiatives taken by CGM, we conducted a national level workshop, so in which all the legacy data we have digitized, and we came up with 189 mineral blocks. That was under the able guidance of our commissioner sir, Dr. Dhaval Patel, because based on his permission and grants, we could make it a success. So what happened, what changed after that? So this is NMET, we got fund from NMET. These are some of the projects. Now I'm just trying to show you that how fast we went into exploration. So these are the some of the blocks explored by us: 182 hectare, 201 hectare, 214 hectare. This was in Devbhumi Dwarka. We did in Somnath. So again, it's self-explanatory. This much exploration we have done. Currently undergoing is some of the areas like 1,000 hectares in Gir Somnath in Doi Mandor block, which will come for auction later on. There are other blocks like Jadwa, Vayo, Chasta, Mothala, that is in Kutch. Again, these are the upcoming project. One interesting point in these projects is the Paradwa Amrapur block. We are about to reach, it's more than 700 hectare. Amblash, we will be proposing like 250 hectares of blacktrap and limestone. Again, it's in the planning stage. Once we get proper approvals and permission, before, nobody has come with a 250 hectare area of blacktrap. Of course, it will not be a 250 hectare area of blacktrap, but still, we have not crossed anything above 50 hectare even. So this will be a boost for the development. Valpari, we have vermiculite. So that is interesting thing, what other mineral we have in Gujarat. Now these are the some of the agencies, central government agencies, they are exploring right now. They are under planning stage or they are doing exploration. So I'll just go quickly through the slide, because many of the companies which were not before 2024 are now in Gujarat. And these are the blocks which will, means I hope most of them will come for auction at a later stage. There's Critical Mineral Trackers, Gemco Kati Exploration Private Limited, GeoExpo, Mining Tech. We can look at the mineral also. Graphite is there, RE is there, Geomarine Solution, which is working in Kutch, PRB, which is working in Saurashtra, Geowell, which is working various part of Gujarat. There's a GMAT trust also, from which we will be getting funds. We have proposed some blocks, and then lastly, what I just would like to show, just last two slides, so that at least you think. Now, observation, the slide title is Observation and Dynamic Nature. So what did you observe? Generally, it's the, you ask me questions, I answer. Now this time I'm just asking, I'm not asking you, I'm asking, everyone should ask themselves, what did we observe? We just observed different colors, I guess. बड़े अच्छे अच्छे कलर देखने को मिले. Then what you did not observe? This comment is for most of them. Gujarat mineral, geology and geographical boundaries. For this particular thing, what I am trying to say is, गुजरात का नक्शा तो नहीं बदला इतने साल में. वो पहले भी वही था, आज भी वही है. तो बदला क्या? पहले वेनेडियम कभी गुजरात में हमने नहीं ढूंढा था, इकोनॉमिकल स्केल. वर्मिकुलाइट नहीं ढूंढा था. अब ऐसा क्या हो गया? मैप सेम है, बाउंड्री सेम है, सब कुछ सेम है. I'll just quote Albert Einstein. Imagination is more important than knowledge. अब ये कोट मैंने क्यों बोला है? We need to imagine, हमें सोचना पड़ेगा कि गुजरात का नक्शा तो नहीं बदल रहा है, तो जो खनिज है वो वहाँ का वहीं है. हमने माइंडसेट बदला, कमिश्नर सर ने परमिशन दी, एंड वी अचीव दिस. अभी आगे क्या होगा? मतलब उसके बाद बंद हो जाएगा एक्सप्लोरेशन? नहीं, उससे कहीं गुना ज़्यादा बढ़ सकता है. एक्सप्लोरेशन ठीक है, बट इट विल बॉइल्स डाउन टू ऑक्शन पार्ट. ऑक्शन ब्लॉक्स ज़्यादा हो जाएंगे एंड विद अ वेराइटी ऑफ मिनरल्स, वो भी गुजरात में. बोटाद में, सॉरी बट द स्पेलिंग, न्यूडाइमियम डिपॉजिट इन बेसाल्ट और जस्ट बेसाल्ट. सो वहाँ पे ये मिनरल मिल रहा है, इट्स ए RE, बट वो इकोनॉमिक डिपॉजिट है कि नहीं है वो हमें बाद में पता चलेगा. बट स्टिल बेसाल्ट तो है, दैट इज़ अ माइनर मिनरल. वो लीज हम दे तो सकते हैं. Some thoughts, this is my last slide. So first point I've already covered. गुजरात का नक्शा तो सेम ही है, बदला क्या वो मैंने एक्सप्लेन कर दिया. वर्मिकुलाइट हमें छोटा उदयपुर में मिला है, वेनेडियम वलसाड़ नवसारी में मिला है. सो दिस अ क्वेश्चन आई एम जस्ट पुटिंग, क्या वेनेडियम की वैल्यू 1000 CR है अभी जो डिपॉजिट मिला है? आई डोंट नो, बट वो सब्सिक्वेंटली पता चल जाएगा. वेनेडियम तो वहीं था, किसी ने मतलब पैदा तो नहीं किया, अभी हमने जस्ट ढूंढा है. सो दे आर अदर कपल ऑफ मोर मिनरल्स. बेसाल्ट का एरिया 250 हेक्टेयर है. माई पॉइंट इज, इवन इफ इट इज 50 हेक्टेयर, इट विल बी द बिगेस्ट ब्लॉक इन गुजरात फॉर बेसाल्ट. वहाँ पे काफ़ी सारा जेटी का काम आ रहा है, इट्स ऑलरेडी देयर, सो इट विल बी गुड फॉर द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द स्टेट. We have found good limestone in Gir Somnath, वो भी उधर ही था, लेकिन there are many challenges. Now the fifth point is the most important. सब value added product, जितने भी products हैं उसमें हम कुछ value add कर सकें, so that will be good for the mineral based industry. It can be done. It can be done. अगर आप लोग lead लेते हैं तो it can be done. Because next will be the technology based mineral sector. Basalt का powder, generally basaltic soil is good for cotton. तो just an idea, वो powder अगर हम barren land में डाल देंगे तो means soil का fertility बढ़ जाएगी. This is a question to just think about. ये सारी चीज़ें मैं सोचने के लिए दे रहा हूँ. इट्स नॉट जस्ट फॉर लाइक मैं खुद भी सोचूंगा, बट सिंस अगर आप सोचते हैं, सो यू कैन कम आउट विथ सम गुड इंडस्ट्रीज. लास्ट पॉइंट, it is there. It, by it मतलब मिनरल. It is there, it was always there. मिनरल तो पहले भी था, आज भी है. आपको you just need to go and get it and make it work. मिनरल तो है, वेनेडियम भी था, वर्मिकुलाइट भी था, जब से गुजरात है, जब से अर्थ बनी है, और जो भी उसका जियोलॉजिकल सेटिंग, फॉर्मेशन, ओरिजिन हो, बट वो पहले से था. 100 साल बाद भी रहेगा अगर हम नहीं निकालते तो. लेट अस मेक गुड यूज ऑफ इट. बाय दिस आई एंड माय प्रेजेंटेशन. थैंक यू.
ખૂબ ખૂબ ધન્યવાદ શ્રી સુમિત ચૌહાણ સર, ગુજરાતની હયાતી સમજાવવા માટે. હવે હું જનરલ મેનેજર પીપીડી જીએમડીસી શ્રી સ્વાગત રઈ સરને વિનંતી કરીશ કે તેઓનું પ્રેઝન્ટેશન મંચ પર આવીને પ્રેઝન્ટ કરશે.
नहीं ये जीएसआई का है. जीएसआई का क्या नाम दिया था? थर्ड, फोर्थ. हाँ हाँ, ये यहाँ काम कर रहा है. Namaskar. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Respected Commissioner Sir, Dr. Dhaval Patel Sir, Chowda Sir, senior officers from Commissioner Geology and Mining, industry leaders, investors, and my colleagues from GMDC. Today I am going to deliberate on such a topic which is the befitting to today's seminar topic, that is igniting the future and Gujarat's mining revolution. It is quite visible from the cover page of this presentation. I am going to talk about REE, rare earth elements, in next 15 minutes. You must be knowing that rare earth elements, REE, is a buzzing word in the today's context. Why it is buzzing? Is it very rare to find? You can always interact with me. Is it very rare to find? Rare to extract. So till now it was understood that it is very rare to extract. That's why it's rare earth. But nowadays, in the geopolitical platform, it has further gone rare. And that's because of the one country, which I will talk you later on. Just see this slide. Deng Xiaoping. It is his statement in 1992. And today we are talking in 2026. In early 80s, United States of America handed over this rare earth processing technology to China. And within a decade, this Chinese leader, who is responsible for country's economic reform, had given a very bold statement. And do you know we have one PSC, Central PSC, IREL, Indian Rare Earth Limited. Anybody can say when it was incorporated? 1950. just after 3 years of our country's independence. Just imagine the vision of the country's leader at that time. But I am sorry to say, 1950 and 2026, almost 76 years, this country has not progressed in rare earth. Why I am talking so? Because IRL is actually doing the mining in beach sand mining. And we are fortunate enough that India has got its first hard rock rare earth deposit in Gujarat. So all credit goes to Government of Gujarat, Commissioner Geology and Mining, and we are also at GMDC privileged to have this block as a prospective lessee. Everybody knows it, this periodic table, rare earth elements. Actually, rare earth elements are group of 17 elements. Can anybody say which are the rare earth elements out of this periodic table? Yes, please. Bottom one. The most bottom one? And rare earths are actually two types, light and heavy. So these are the rare earths elements. And the green color ones light and the pink color are heavy. So interestingly, not all the rare earth elements are that important. When we say rare earth, it is also important to know which rare earth elements are actually important and are required to have future ready technology. Can anybody say? Please. No. Okay. You can see the uses of rare earth elements. The first one is I would like to draw your attention towards magnets. It's only 23%, whereas the catalyst is 24%. But these magnets will drive the future, which is having the most value out of all these rare earth elements. So for making a magnet, we need two light rare earth elements, that is Nd and Per, neodymium and praseodymium. Similarly, two from the HRE, heavy, that is DyTb, dysprosium and terbium. So the question is, to make a permanent magnet, if we require this much of light rare earth, NdPr, we need very small amount of HRE, DyTb. In this slide, just give attention to the right hand side. We have ambitious goal of having net zero by 2070 and 50% green energy by 2030. And this rare earth is going to help us in unlocking this India's untapped opportunities in the green energy sector. What I was talking about, the permanent magnet, NdPr and DyTb, on the right hand side you just see the market demand. And this market demand has been predicted up to 2050, both for the EVs as well as for the wind turbine motors. So Definitely, with this demand in the market, the rare earth elements has a great future, great opportunity for all of us to work towards self-reliant India. This is the NDPR demand in the country by 2050. It is going to increase 12 to 13% per annum. But look at the numbers. It's not lakh, it's not million ton, it's only 1,000 ton. So before me, when Chauhanji was presenting, all the minerals were in million ton, lakh ton, everything. But here, very interestingly, the overall country's demand of NDPR by 2050, just see, only 9,000. As I earlier told, the Gujarat is fortunate enough to have first hard rock rare earth deposit in Chota Udeipur district, in Ambadungar. And GMDC has been allotted this rare earth block by Government of India as a prospective lessee. GMDC is going to mine it, process it at the mine site itself. While we process the rare earth, we will get the MREC, mixed rare earth concentrate. Then this concentrate has to be subjected to further separation to get the elements separated from each other, for which you told that this is called rare earth, which is the most critical path in the entire journey of rare earth. And after the separation, these elements will be recovered in the form of oxide. That is, we call TREO, total rare earth oxide. So these separation process involves a lot of uses of chemicals, which is environmentally hazardous. So that's why the selection of site for the separation is very crucial. And fortunately, Gujarat at its Dahej in Bharuch region has a PCPI region, which has a blanket EC for the uses of chemicals. So that is the most suitable location, and it is also very close to the port. So this is the map, what I am talking about. The mine is Ambadungar, and the separation hub is actually in Dahej. So while I say hub, it's not about only the separation plant. Once we separate the rare earth oxide, what will be the end use? We cannot export it in the given geopolitical scenario. So we have to use it within the country. And within the country, that too within the Gujarat itself. So that's why the whole ecosystem has to be developed at one place. And the rare earth oxides which will be generated after separation will be used for further metal making, alloy making, and then for magnetic making, permanent magnet making. By this is the overall ambition. This is going to fulfill the 10 to 15% of India's NDPR demand and 1.5% of the global demand. GMDC, everybody knows in Gujarat, I am not going to talk about. And these are the mineral portfolio GMDC is handling. I would rather request you to just leave the left hand side and right hand side, just focus on the central part of this slide, which is rare earth and copper. These are the future drivers for both the GMDC as well as for the country. We are going to mine at the rate of 1.6 million ton per annum, the rare earth ore. Out of these 1.6 million ton, we will get only 1800 kg of NDPR. only 1800. And these deposit are actually 1.4%. Apart from GMDC, there are two other similar projects across the globe. That is Linus Rare Earths, which operates both in Malaysia as well as Australia. Very recently, they have started working in Australia. And this MP material means mountain pass in the Colorado region of USA. This mine, when I told you that US has handed over this technology to China, this is the mine responsible for that MP material. China did not allow US to open this mine. Every 10 years US is planning to open this mine, but till date it is not operational. But what I try to emphasize here, just look at the capex numbers. In US it's more than $2 per ton, whereas for GMDC it's only 0.5. Because in India, the labor is also cheap, the consumables are cheap, and the environmental implications, mitigating measures of the environmental load are also cheap. What I was talking about the rare earth hub in Dahej, this is the blueprint of that layout plan. The number one is the GMDC separation plant, and there is always scope for another separation plant, which has been shown in the serial number 2. So currently there is an expression of interest rolled out by GMDC. Anybody who is interested to become a partner for this hub development or to invest in these plants as a EPC player, everybody is welcome. Gujarat advantage, I don't need to speak more. Everybody in this hall knows about it. We have the leader in green energy, and we have the skilled talent also. Yeah. So my last slide is, we invite the interested investors and industry leaders to collaborate with us, to partner with us in making this RE hub and EPC player. And just remember this slide. In India, we started with coal, we reached at oil. Oil has been Venezuela and US, you know how important it is. But the future will be rare earth. Otherwise, one country which is having more than 90% control over this rare earth will spoil everybody's future. Thank you so much.
રેર અર્થ એલિમેન્ટ વિશે ખૂબ અગત્યની માહિતી આપવા માટે ખૂબ ખૂબ ધન્યવાદ શ્રી સ્વાગત રે સર. અત્રે ઉપસ્થિત તમામ શ્રોતાઓ અને મહાનુભાવોને હું વિનંતી કરીશ કે પોતાનો ફોન સાયલન્ટ અથવા સ્વિચ ઓફ મોડ પર રાખશે, અને તમામ વક્તાશ્રીઓને હું વિનંતી કરીશ કે તેઓને આજે સમય આપેલો છે તે સમયની અંદર પોતાનું પ્રેઝન્ટેશન પૂર્ણ કરશે. હું શ્રી વિજયકુમાર દાસ સાહેબ, ડાયરેક્ટર શ્રી GSI ને વિનંતી કરીશ કે પોતાનું પ્રેઝન્ટેશન અત્રે આપશે. જી સર.
Respected Dr. Dhaval Patel sir, IS Commissioner of CGM, and all the dignitaries of GO, PSU and PS. This is Dr. B.K. Das from GSI. So everybody knows about the critical minerals. So my concept of that, what you are requiring and what government of India or the nation is required, that production depends on the existence of certain minerals, and that minerals, the discovery or the exploration activities that is done by the government of India, Geological Survey of India. So now any exploration activities depend on certain factors. Without that, it is not going to be completed. So first question is why, where, how, what, is it beneficial for nation, can we explore it and go for exploration. So in ancient times, there is a era. In Hindi, Lauh Yug, Tamra Yug, but now it is the era of a critical minerals. So now up to coming days, up to 20 or 25, like nobody is going to bother whether it is a limestone, whether it is a manganese, whether it is a any other minerals, even oil. Everybody is focused on a critical minerals. So as per the previous slides, critical minerals, why it is called critical minerals? Somewhat it is called strategic minerals. Critical and strategic minerals are not any such type of different minerals. That minerals or that elements already exist, but there is just some basic points that is your essential for the function of modern technologies and economics and national security. That is your critical minerals. As per strategic minerals, it is same, but the basic difference is that it is for the defensive purpose. So any exploration, whether it is going state government, whether it is doing by private agency, that depends on certain factors. That is your crustal abundance, threshold value and cut-off grade. Without that, you can't go for any exploration, any industries, any mineralization or whatever you want to do. You have to focus for that. So now, as per the Government of India notification with respect to the IBM AMD, there are 24 elements under the category of critical minerals. It is not necessary that all the states, all the nations have all the 24 elements, but that depends on the as per our Indian nation, our nation interest. So similarly for the Gujarat, I don't want to explain about Gujarat. It is one of the known states in India and everybody knows about Gujarat. But as per the exploration is concerned, what type of minerals? So till now, because exploration is going on certain steps from G4 to G3, G2 and G1. But suppose there is a limitation in our body. Suppose we are suffering from fever, but up to 100 it is adjustable, you can manage it, but after that there is some issue. Similarly in case of Gujarat, we are getting all the minerals, but what government of Gujarat required, what government of India required, what public sector required. So as per our niobium bearing minerals, rare earths and vanadium. So Gujarat has major potential particular of that. But graphite is also there, manganese is also there, some accessories are also there, bauxite and gallium is there, lithium is there, but I am saying the concentration. So these three are going to change the scenario of nations as well. The Gujarat is going to be one of the major discovery for the RE&M and it is going as per the GMDC is going for a bigger minings. So now come to the Gujarat. Most of the persons know that Gujarat is known for industries development. In mining sector, Odisha, Jharkhand, they are famous. But after certain days, everybody will forget about Jharkhand, Odisha, Karnataka. Everybody will focus on Gujarat. In Gujarat, generally we are considered is exploration. Around 45 to 50% is your alluvium or soil bearing. Northern part, in geologically we divide into 5 sectors. In simple sentence, northern sector, central sector, Kutch sector, Saurashtra sector and southern sector. So now, right now I am focusing on southern sector because I am in Rajkot and my objective is to what are the people who are sitting here should know at least about Saurashtra and what are the mineral potential there. So now, as per the government of India or government of Gujarat, they give us instruction or directives. You have to that, we require it. So GSI is modified accordingly and they explore the minerals. Suppose for GSI, we are given an assignment to establish a critical minerals. Question is that every minerals are there. As per Swagat Ray sir, before 20 or 30 years, nobody is bothering in India about critical minerals. Because we have sufficient minerals, we are managing everything. But right now, time is changing. We modify ourselves and our technology also improving. So similarly, Now exploration strategy. Exploration strategy as per the common, it is not a some new things. Generally we consider it as a exploration is concerned G4 stage, G3 stage, G2 stage. GSI is confined himself within that. After that, detail mapping or the detail exploration, that is carried out by the mining leaseholder, or maybe sometimes state government is also doing. Okay. So concept is that whether it is confined only land, that exploration activities, no. Right now we want land, we want sea, we want coastal area, and for that survey there is a air. So everything, we don't want to leave anything. That if something, suppose after 20 or 23 years, we want this one, because R is already present. At that time we do not analyze it, but right now after analyzing that, we confirm that there is a critical minerals. So this is simple processing, mapping, sampling, surface, subsurface exploration and analysis. Right now, the modern technologies are also evolving, and you have to adapt that technology. Otherwise, we are lack with the nations. China is the monopoly. China is doing everything. Okay, if somebody has something, they are doing their monopoly. But we have to not feel jealous. We have to compete them and migrate, so that we can one day after 20 or 30 years, we can challenge China that we have a sufficient deposit and we can do anything. So these are the major aspects. It is one of our book is coming. That is a part of that book. Core strategic approaches, exploration following systematic pyramids, key technical methods, and modern strategy. So I'm not going by bit by bit, but just remember. Nowadays, previously Geological Survey of India is doing field work. Nowadays, field as well as lab as well as the technology is adapted. So what are the sources? So generally primary sources, secondary sources. Now there is another concept of e-waste. That is not part of our exploration activity, but you can also e-waste one of the part that where we can generate RE metals directly. Now, if we are getting any deposits, our concept is that the RE phases, the critical mineral phases. Without that, if you have a 20,000 million ton or 50,000 million ton, if there is no mineral phases, we can't do anything. So mineral phases, what I am saying for Gujarat, pyrochlore, niobium, monazite is there, but there is a issue because it associated with thorium. So leave it. Now concentrate on the RAs. So parizite, bastnasite, fluoroapatite, synthesite, gerositime, and allanite. These are the minerals in which we can extract RE and RM. So now come to the Gujarat. We are in a Saurashtra Rajkot area. That is the southern part of the Gujarat. You know that is mostly covered by basalt. So basalt is generally used for your building construction material. But right now, whatever previous exploration experts has already said, there is a potentiality of vanadium in basalt. So my request is that whatever the private agencies are there, if we are doing a basalt, please analyze that. If we are getting, now I am saying threshold value. Any mine depends on the threshold value. For vanadium, if we are getting 500 ppm in a soil, that is sufficient because there is no extraction. You simply go it for. But if you are getting 1000 ppm or 2000 ppm, so that becomes a mineable area. Similarly, for there is no notification for RE. It is 2500 ppm for first cutoff, 5000 ppm for second cutoff. For niobium, it is 200 ppm. Okay. Why I am saying, somebody is saying, sir, we are getting 100 ppm. Is it fine? But we can't extract it. So extraction is the major issue. Now I have divided Gujarat. Now see, most of the parts are soil cover. So is there potentiality of that area? Okay, for oil potentiality. But the soil is derived from somewhere. That means the soil, the sand, whatever we have, there is some concentration. If we want to send a sand. For sand, we can only quartz and feldspar, nothing else. But if we extract, pan the heavy minerals and send the sand and quartz for the construction material, that is also benefit for the state. So these are some coastal part of Saurashtra where we are getting heavy minerals, B sand, that is enriched in ilmenite, that is for titanium and for vanadium. Similarly, 1 minute. And for remaining Kutch. So Kutch is known for bauxite. Everybody knows that. GMDC is also mining But right now we don't want bauxite. We have sufficient bauxite, we can manage it. So what we will do? That bauxite also contain gallium. Okay, so now gallium is important. If we are analyzing it, if it is getting 50 ppm or around 50 ppm, thing is that if we are getting huge deposit, concentration is low, it's fine. But concentration is high. Well, suppose you are getting to 200 ppm and it is 2 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter, 5 meter thickness. Then the mine holders or the person who invest, it should be profitable. In geology, everybody is concerned about economical viable. Otherwise, nobody is going to explore it. So there is some challenges and opportunities. So in every field, there is a challenges. Nowadays, previously only geologist or the state government officer knows about mineral. Nowadays, public, even everybody, if you are saying Aris, they are searching Google. What is Aris? What is the costing of Aris? Before going to exploration field, sir, आप आरी के लिए आए हैं ना, आरी का काम करें, ये रेट है, हमें पता है. तो अब एक चैलेंज और दूसरा आ गया. उसके बाद और भी कई सारी प्रॉब्लम्स होती हैं. बट स्टेट गवर्नमेंट एंड सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट, दे आर कोलैबोरेटिंग ईच अदर. देयर इज अ वेरी गुड रिलेशनशिप. They are continuing. So my request is that all the person from the different areas, they also support us, so we can do something more for the nation. Okay. So last slide is that previously we are in a fossil fuels. Okay. After that, renewable energy and critical mineral. For renewable energy, whatever equipments or whatever instruments you are going to use, that will be fully built by that critical minerals or rare earth minerals. Okay. So minerals such as copper, lithium, nickel, cobalt and iron are essential components in today's rapidly growing clean and technologies. So clean and green technologies. Second thing is that neodymium is essential for magnets, as per Swagat sir is explained. Final and last, I am saying that for Gujarat, Geological Survey of India has estimated around 1,000 million ton of critical minerals. That is already known by the government of Gujarat. The current valuation, whatever I have submitted within 2-3 days back, there is a mining conclave, that is 4.5 lakhs crore rupees. And you know what is? Only 2% royalty we are getting. If we are getting 2% or 3% royalty, then what state government of Gujarat can do for the nation? Okay, so that's all regarding my presentation. So thank you.
ક્રિટિકલ અને સ્ટ્રેટેજિક મિનરલ વિશે અગત્યની માહિતી આપવા માટે ખૂબ ખૂબ આભાર સર. હવે શ્રી અભિનય સેનગુપ્તા, એસોસિએટ ડાયરેક્ટર પીડબ્લ્યુસીને હું વિનંતી કરીશ કે તેમનું પ્રેઝન્ટેશન અહીં રજૂ કરે.
Okay. First of all, good morning, all of you. It's really a privilege in front of standing in such an august gathering and addressing this very important issue. I would like to thank Vibrant Gujarat for this opportunity. So first would like to thank Dhaval Patel sir for trusting on PwC and allowing us to be their partner for last 7 years. I would like to also thank Chavda sir and N.A. Patel sir for guiding us throughout our journey. Now, the topic which I am going to talk about is the minor minerals. We spoke about the REs, we spoke about the critical minerals, but this minor mineral is going to play a very important role. And for the young entrepreneur like you and me and everyone else, like this is going to be an opportunity for all of us to get into this sector. And Gujarat, trust me, government of Gujarat has done the pioneer work of making it as easy as possible. So the topic which I have chosen and which has been asked to deliberate upon, most of you are already aware about that. What we are going to talk about is how is the auction mechanism. But I will talk about that why this genesis has come and why there is a need for this minor minerals. So minor minerals are those minerals, as you can see in a very layman language, that as per the MMDR Act, these are the minerals which has been defined after the Rule 15. After the rule section 15. But for general purpose, just need to understand that these are the minerals which is required for infrastructure and building purpose of any state. So for you and me, it's just like for anything which is required for the infrastructure of any state, the minor minerals are there. And the rules have been amended. Now, just after post 2015, there has been a entire transformation of Indian mining sector has happened. Until date, like 2025, 26, we are keep on seeing the number of changes which is happening in all the acts and rules. So I'm not going to get into detail of that. We are already aware that Indian mining sector has opened up for private sector participation, and that is something which is also helping the minor minerals also. Now, when we talk about the minor minerals, the Gujarat has taken the leap forward, and they have taken the first step of starting their own mineral concession rule way back in 2017. So this has been a very pioneering movement. Like they started with this, and they become the first state in India to publish these rules, and they have the first state in India to started the minor mineral auction. And till date, government of Gujarat has already successfully auctioned 2,600 plus minor mineral blocks, which is itself an achievement. But what exactly these are and why we need to know. So I'll just quick wrap it up. Like there are couple of type of minerals, part A and part B, and part A minerals, part A1 and part A2. Part A minerals, which is required for our ordinary sand, for our daily purpose, like Sadi Reti, what we call here, and they have a 5 years lease period, and that's where a lot of traction is happening. Almost 75 to 80% of the auctions which is happening only on this part A mineral. Then there is a part A2 and part B, which is definitely for the building limestone. Now building limestone moved to the major mineral part as well. Now then we have black trap, feldspar, all other minerals are there, which is granite, which is part A2 and part B, which has a 30 years of lease span, and it definitely attracts a lot of entrepreneurship. Again, there are certain rules that as a mining investor, once you get into this, you need to abide by the minimum production requirements, so that there is a proper checks and balance. Now, aware that all these rules and all these amendments are directly derived from the government of India, and Gujarat is directly adopting it. Now, this is very important for us to understand eligibility. Now, for ease of doing business, the Gujarat has been the very pioneering state of building this ease of doing business. So you can see the eligibility criteria. The eligibility criteria is very easy. Like, just you need to have a company here in Indian formation, you should need to have a minimum net worth criteria, which is a function of value of estimated resource, and then you can participate. So that is the easy of participation. Even a small entrepreneur can participate and get this going. With the entry of this private players also, we have private block auctioning. So overall, the system has become very easy. Now let's get into some certain concepts. Quickly, I would like to dwell upon it. So there are a few things like net worth requirement, you have a bid security, you have upfront amount, and you have performance security. I'll quickly explain. So net worth requirement, these are the function of value of estimated resource. So value of estimated resource, you just need to understand, it is nothing but the total resource which is beneath the earth multiplied by the notified price which government of Gujarat notifies. That is the overall value, which is called Asami in normal sense. What is the value of an entire block? And based on that value of estimated resource, there are certain functions. Like for the net worth criteria, it is only 0.25%. So only 0.25% is the minimum eligibility required. If you have this money in your bank account, you can definitely participate and become an entrepreneur in this area. Certainly, you definitely require some participation from the serious bidders. So bid securities again is a 0.05% of the overall requirements. Again, very easy to submit, but it gets refunded once you become a successful bidder, or even if you don't become and you become all righteous in a matter, then you get that money back once the successful bidder get defined. Subsequently, for part A1, part 2, A2, they are very different. I'm not going to get into this. Again, now these rules again get modified way back in 2022 to again make it very easy for other players, more ease of doing business, so that more participation can be enrolled. And we are likely to see by 2027 or 2028 there will be subsequent changes again, considering this rare earth, because there are a lot of rare earth are found in minor minerals also. So there could be a rule coming up that minor minerals may also progress or also can foresee that discovery of rare earth mineral in those areas as well. Okay, upfront amount, if you can talk about, upfront amount is basically an advance payment. So any government auction or any government body, when they try to put up anything on auction basis, they definitely want some advance payment. So this is the upfront amount, again is a function of 0.25% and 1% of the minerals. I'm not going to get into this detail. Then the changes happen in GMMCR. Okay, so then the performance security. Now this is the performance security is basically amount you need to park with the government, in order that if you fall short of any kind of scientific method of mining or not following any kind of scientific method of mining, it gets forfeited. Just for a caveat purpose, this has been kept. So in nutshell, you all know that for the exchequer, that's for the government, they want to maximize the revenue through this process, and for us like bidders and the participants, we want to improve and through our participation, we want to improve the overall GDP of the state. So there are certain taxes which get abide by it. Definitely royalties there. Now a lot of reforms are also coming on, like there's a double taxation on royalties going on, which is going to be removed soon. And then the DMF and TCS funds are there. So just to understand, make you understand that this auction process is basically a two-stage and two-part process, financial and technical, and two-stage, that is you required to participation in the first part like submission of an IPO, and the second part you have to submit an FPO. So now almost after 7 years, 2018 onwards, this auctioning is going on, and now this has matured in such a manner that this year itself, Government of Gujarat has received a good amount of grant in terms of promulgating the minor minerals in the state. So kudos to that. Also, last year budget, like 2025-26 budget, our Honorable Finance Minister has given a special impetus that states minor minerals needs to be grown, because so that's the genesis of our entrepreneurship. Okay, now these are again very straight-jacketed thing, and you're already aware of all these processes. I'm not going to get into detail. Now, what we required in this for a basic eligibility criteria, you can easily check that in our website, like in the CGM website, we will get it. We have to submit the 4 things like bid letter, net worth certificate, power of attorney, affidavit. Now, this has become very easy in terms of that these documents are published in both the English as well as the Gujarati, and we have already proven in terms of 3,500 NIDs are being already published. So there is a testimony of it that a good amount of participation we have already received. And the process is very sacrosanct, like you declare a TQB and then qualified bidder and then they participate, so on and so forth. Now I'm not going to get into this detail, just go to this website, auction e-auction tool, where you'll get all the details. Now the best part about the Government of Gujarat that they have made everything very transparent. If you want to look at any documents of any state whatsoever and whenever they were published, you will get that in this website. Okay, now the very interesting thing which I was always fond of CGM, that they prognose the things way before. So now we can see that 2024 Government of India has started up with this state mining readiness index, but CGM has been pioneering in this since 2019. So they come up with a different idea like auction monitoring tool, then your PMC lab, drill core library, all those new concepts which is now seeing the light of the day. Gujarat government has conceived way back in 2018 and 19. So in 2019 we helped Government of Gujarat in CGM department preparing this auction monitoring tool, and this is the very first part of it where all our basic data monitoring, that number of blocks which get auctioned, the block get prepared, the auctioning is happening, and post auction they are being captured. Now this tool is being used in terms of developing and conducting monthly meetings. Continuing this, taking this clue, now other states, that the state of Odisha, state of Karnataka, state of Rajasthan, they are all started slowly adopting this auction monitoring tool, which is definitely a great help. Even the Government of India, they are also preparing their own auction tool, where so that this will get integrated with this CGM auction monitoring tool as well. So this is a very basic thing about it, and why it has helped, because now each one of us, for the operational purpose, any stakeholder whatsoever, maybe they are internal stakeholder, they have that in their ready-made in their hand in terms of checking this. Sure. So this is something we'd like to talk about, that this part, that auction monitoring tool has taken a very important role in, and this is definitely a very game changer for the Government of Gujarat. Now lastly, since there is a paucity of time, I would like to encourage each one of you to do check out this minor mineral auction rules and try to get your hands into it, because there's where you get a lot of value, and there are a number of initiatives that Government of Gujarat is taking care of, and you will see that now we are living in this era where the commercialization of mining has happened. We started with the nationalization, then liberalization, now the commercialization of entire Indian mining sector is happening. And state of Gujarat, as already we said, that we already had a session on the RE part and critical minerals. So minor minerals is also they have pioneered, and I'm sure that this is going to improve the entire ecosystem in the state of Gujarat in a very different manner. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
થેન્ક યુ સર. શ્રી અભિનય નેવાસકર, મેનેજર પ્રોપેલ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીઝને વિનંતી કરીશ કે અહીં આવી તેમનું પ્રેઝન્ટેશન રજૂ કરશે.
ધન્યવાદ અને સુપ્રભાત. હું એમ્સ અને પ્રોપેલ ક્રશિંગ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીઝ તરફથી આપ સબનું અહીંયા સ્વાગત કરું છું. મને એક વિષય આપવામાં આવ્યો હતો જીઓલોજિકલ ડિપાર્ટમેન્ટ તરફથી કે ગુજરાતના વિકાસમાં એવો કયો ઇગ્નાઇટિંગ ફેક્ટર છે જે અમારા તરફથી, જે કે પ્રાઇવેટ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીઝ, જે અમે લોકો ક્રશિંગ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીઝમાં કે ક્રશિંગ કે પછી વોશિંગ્સ ને આ બધા જે સોલ્યુશન્સ પ્રોવાઈડ કરીએ છીએ એમાં અમે ગુજરાતને આગળ કેવી રીતે વધારીએ છીએ. તો એના માટે એક જસ્ટ એક નાનો સેન્ટેન્સ એવું છે કે ઇગ્નાઇટ કરવાનું કામ તો વાઇબ્રન્ટ ગુજરાતે ઓલરેડી 2008થી સ્ટાર્ટ કરી દીધું છે, અને હજુ સુધી કન્ટિન્યુઅસલી ચાલતું જ આવે છે. અને આ વર્ષે જે રીતે તમે લોકો અલગ ક્ષેત્રોમાં જઈ અને નાના પાયા ઉપર આ કોન્સર્ટને કરી અને બીજા લોકોની ભાગીદારી વધારો છો, એનાથી આ વધારે પડતું આગળ વધી રહ્યું છે. હવે ગુજરાતને મિનરલ્સ અને માઇન્સની અંદર આગળ વધારવાના કામમાં અમે લોકો ફક્ત ને ફક્ત ફ્યુલનું કામ કરી રહ્યા છીએ. અને ફ્યુલ એટલે એવું છે કે અમે અમારી રીતે જે પણ ટેકનોલોજી અમારા માટે પોસિબલ છે ફોર ધ હાઈએસ્ટ પ્રોડક્ટિવિટી, કોસ્ટ ઇફેક્ટિવનેસ જેવી બીજી બધી વસ્તુઓ એ અમે લોકો અમારા સ્ટેટ ઓફ ધ આર્ટ પ્લાન્ટની અંદર R&D કરી અને અમારા કસ્ટમર્સને ઓફર કરી રહ્યા છીએ. હું મારા કંપની બદલ થોડા ઘણા સ્લાઇડ્સ અને એની એક જનરલ પ્રોફાઇલ તમારી સાથે શેર કરીશ. તે સાથે જ આપ સૌનો આભાર કે તમે અમને અહીંયા આગળ સાંભળ્યા એના માટે. પ્રોપેલ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીઝ એ એવી વરદરાજન ગ્રુપની કંપની છે. લગભગ 60 વર્ષ જૂની છે. 1962માં સેન્ટ ફિટ્સના નામથી એક ફાઉન્ડરી સ્ટાર્ટ કરવામાં આવી હતી સાઉથ ઇન્ડિયામાં. એના પછી 1976માં ઓપેલ કરીને એક પ્લાન્ટ સ્ટાર્ટ કરવામાં આવ્યો, જેની અંદર અમે લોકો મેક્સિમમ હાઈ ક્વોલિટી અને પ્રિસિશન મશીનરીઝની સાથે સાથે ઇક્વિપમેન્ટ્સનું અને એના લાગનારા સ્પેર પાર્ટ્સનું મેન્યુફેક્ચરિંગ કરતા હતા. અને એ અમે મેક્સિમમ લાઈક વર્લ્ડના જે મોટા જાયન્ટ અર્થ મૂવર્સ મેન્યુફેક્ચરર્સ છે, લાઈક કેટરપિલર, કોમાત્સુ, એવા મોટા જાયન્ટ્સને અમે લોકો આ સપ્લાય કરતા હતા. દેટ શોઝ કે અમારી જે ક્વોલિટી છે પ્રોડક્શનની એ એટલી સુપિરિયર છે કે આટલા સારા અને ફોર્ચ્યુન 500 કંપનીઝની અંદર અમારા સ્પેર પાર્ટ્સ ત્યાં આગળ એક્સેપ્ટેબલ છે અને તે જાય છે એમ કરીને. ઇન 1997 અમે લોકોએ બેકહો લોડરને સ્ટાર્ટ કર્યું. બુલ કરીને બ્રાન્ડ છે અમારી. અત્યારે બુલ બહુ જ ફેમસ છે. એકચ્યુઅલી લોકો એને બુલડોઝરના નામથી ઓળખે છે અને ઘણી જગ્યાએ તો એવું છે કે મારા નોર્થના મિત્રોએ તો એમના લોકલાડીલા મુખ્યમંત્રીનું નામ પણ બુલડોઝર બાબા મૂકી દીધું છે. એટલે એટલું ફેમસ મશીન છે. પછી 98ની અંદર જ અમે લોકો એગ્રીની અંદર પણ સ્ટાર્ટ કર્યું અને બુલના બ્રાન્ડથી જ બુલ એગ્રો કરીને અમે લોકોએ પ્રોડક્ટ્સ સ્ટાર્ટ કર્યા ફોર ધ એગ્રી ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીઝ. પ્રોપેલ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીઝની અંદર અમે લોકો ક્રશિંગ પ્લાન્ટ જે મેઇનલી બ્લેક ટ્રેપ માટે અને બીજા મિનરલ્સ માટે યુઝ થતા હોય છે એ અમે લોકો બનાવીએ છીએ અને એના ઘણી બધી વેરાયટીઝ હોય છે. તો એ અમે લોકો 2009થી સ્ટાર્ટ કર્યું અને પ્રોપેલ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીઝની અંદર જ અમે આ વર્ષે ઇલેક્ટ્રિક વ્હીકલ્સ લોન્ચ કર્યા છે, જે 100% ઇન્ડિજિનિયસ ટેકનોલોજીથી ઇન્ડિયન એન્જિનિયર્સથી બનાવેલા અને ઇન્ડિયન કસ્ટમર્સ માટે જ છે. ફાયદો એટલો છે કે એની અંદર અમે અમારા આટલા વર્ષોનો જે માઇનિંગનો અનુભવ છે એનો પૂરેપૂરો નિચોડ એ મશીન્સ બનાવવા માટે નાખ્યો છે. એટલે માઇનિંગ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીની અંદર કોઈ પણ કસ્ટમર્સ ઓપરેટ કરતા હોય અને EV માટે ઈચ્છુક હોય તો એ ડેફિનેટલી પ્રોપેલના મશીન્સ માટે જઈ શકે છે. ઓકે, આ પ્રોપેલ ગ્રુપનું એક જસ્ટ હા ઓકે ફાઇન. સિદ્ધાર્થ, જો જર્ની ઓફ પ્રોપેલની કહેવા જાઓ તો 2009માં અમે સ્ટાર્ટ કર્યું છે. 2010માં અમે લોકોએ સૌથી પહેલો સેન્ડ પ્લાન્ટ કમિશન કર્યો. 2011માં અમે લોકોએ એક કોર્ન ક્રશર કમિશન કર્યો છે અને 2011માં જ અમને લોકોને C સર્ટિફિકેશન મળેલું છે. સેમ વે તમે આગળ જોતા જશો તો પ્રત્યેક વર્ષે અમે કંઈ ને કંઈ વસ્તુ એડ ઓન કરતા રહ્યા છે. અને બિંગ ઇન્ડિયન કંપની અમારી એક સોશિયલ રિસ્પોન્સિબિલિટી બને એટલે 2020માં અમે અમારી રીતે ઇન્ડિજિનિયસલી ડેવલપ કરેલું એક કોવિડના પેન્ડેમિક ટાઈમમાં અમુક ઇક્વિપમેન્ટ્સ જે છે એ અમે લોકો ગવર્મેન્ટને ડોનેટ કર્યા છે. પછી જો તમે રેન્જ વાઇઝ જોવા જાઓ તો અમે લોકો પ્લાન્ટ્સની અંદર 100 મેટ્રિક ટનથી TPHથી થઈને 1200 TPH સુધીના પ્લાન્ટ્સ મેન્યુફેક્ચર કરીએ છીએ અને એ સક્સેસફુલી રન થઈ રહ્યા છે અત્યારે. 2023માં વી હેવ લોન્ચ ધ EV એઝ આઈ ટોલ્ડ યુ. શોર્ટલી જોવા જોઈએ તો પ્રોપેલ ઇન્ડિયાની નંબર 1 ક્રશિંગ એન્ડ સ્ક્રીનિંગ એન્ડ વોશિંગ ઇક્વિપમેન્ટ્સ મેન્યુફેક્ચરિંગ કંપની છે. સી સર્ટિફિકેટ સાથે 50+ કન્ટ્રીઝમાં અમે લોકો ઓપરેટ કરીએ છીએ. 2900 અમારા એસ્ટેબ્લિશમેન્ટ છે, 135+ પ્રોડક્ટ છે અમારી, 2500થી વધારે અમારા હેપી કસ્ટમર્સ છે, 50 ટ્રસ્ટેડ અમારા ફાઇનાન્શિયલ પાર્ટનર્સ છે અને અમારી સાથે DSIR અપ્રુવડ લેબ છે જેની અંદર અમારા કમ્પ્લીટ R&D સ્ટેજ ચાલતા હોય છે. વાય પ્રોપેલ? એનું કારણ એ છે કે પ્રોપેલમાં સ્પેસિફિકલી કેવું છે કે અમારું મેક્સિમમ ફોકસ ક્વોલિટી અને પ્રોસેસ ઉપર વધારે છે ઇન પ્લેસ ઓફ ગિવિંગ અ ચીપ ટેકનોલોજી ઓર પ્રોડક્ટ ટુ ધ કસ્ટમર્સ. એટલા માટે જ વી સે દેટ એટલે વી કેન સે દેટ આજની તારીખમાં ગુજરાતની અંદર બ્લેક ટ્રેપ માઇનિંગ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીઝની અંદર વી આર હોલ્ડિંગ અ 70% ઓફ માર્કેટ શેર ઇન પ્રોપેલ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રી. એટલે આજ ગણો તો 100 ક્રશર પ્લાન્ટ્સ છે તો એમાંથી 70 પ્રોપેલ્સના છે અને દેટ્સ શોઝ અવર ક્વોલિટી એન્ડ અવર કમિટમેન્ટ ટુવર્ડ્સ ધ કસ્ટમર્સ. આ અમારામાં એક સ્પેસિફિક છે. સી ધીસ ઇઝ ધ ઓબ્સેશન ઓફ અવર કંપની ટુવર્ડ્સ ક્વોલિટી. દરેક વસ્તુને બનાવવા માટે એક સ્પેસિફિક અલગ પ્લાન્ટ છે. લાઈક સ્ટ્રક્ચર્સ અને કન્વેયર્સ અને સૂટ માટે અમે લોકો એક અલગથી સેપરેટ પ્લાન્ટ ઊભો કરેલો છે. મેન્યુફેક્ચરિંગ ફેસિલિટી EV માટે અમે એક સેપરેટ ઊભી કરેલી છે. દેટ ઇઝ રાઉન્ડ અબાઉટ 77,000 સ્ક્વેર ફીટની અંદર ફેલાયેલી છે. ઓરિએન્ટલ પ્લાન્ટ જે છે અને ઇક્વિપમેન્ટ્સ છે 1500 એટલે 1.5 લાખ સ્ક્વેર ફીટમાં અમે લોકોએ એને એસ્ટેબ્લિશ કરેલો છે. આની અંદર અમે લોકો OEM માટે જે ક્લાસ 1 OEMs છે એના માટે અલગ અલગ પ્રોડક્ટ્સ બનાવતા હોય છે. લાઈક હોરિઝોન્ટલ બોરિંગ કે સેન્ટ્રલ હોરિઝોન્ટલ મશીનને યુઝ કરીને આ એક પ્રકારે કહેવા જાઓ તો આ બિગેસ્ટ મશીનિંગ પ્લાન્ટ છે જે સૌથી વધારે હાઈટેક છે. પ્રોપેલ ડ્રાઈવ સિસ્ટમ LLPમાં તમારું ધ્યાન દોરવા માટે એવું કે જે અમે લોકો ડ્રાઈવ બનાવીએ છીએ વિથ ધ મોટર એ વિથ જર્મન એન્ડ ઇન્ડિયન ટેકનોલોજીના ફ્યુઝનથી અમે લોકોએ ડેવલપ કરેલી છે. બેનિફિટ આનો એ જ છે કે આ તમને સૌથી વધારે પ્રોડક્ટિવિટી આપે છે કમ્પેર ટુ એની અધર ઇક્વિપમેન્ટ મેન્યુફેક્ચરર. અને ધ બેસ્ટ થિંગ કે ઓલ ઓવર ઇન્ડિયામાં પ્રોપેલ એક જ એવી ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીઝ છે કે જે આ સ્પેસિફિક પ્રોડક્ટને સપ્લાય કરી શકે છે અને બનાવે છે. એટલે આ અમારા માટે બહુ ગર્વની વાત છે કે અમે લોકો આ વસ્તુને ભારતમાં બનાવીએ છીએ. યા નો પ્રોબ્લેમ. યસ સર, ઓમેગા ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીઝ છે મેઇનલી અમારું યુરોપનું યુનિટ છે. આયર્લેન્ડની અંદર ઓમેગા વોઝ પ્રોપેલની જેમ જ એક ક્રશિંગ પ્લાન્ટ બનાવતી કંપની હતી. એને અમે લોકો એક્વાયર કરી ત્યાંના કસ્ટમર્સને સર્વિસીસ આપવા માટે. એટલે અમારું પેન ઇન્ડિયા જે ફૂટપ્રિન્ટ છે એ પણ વધે. Manufacturing process, it's a straight from preparation shop from the to the assembly shop complete આની અંદર વિઝિબલ જ છે એટલે મારે આને અલગથી એક્સપ્લેન કરવાની જરૂર નહીં પડે. ક્વોલિટી પ્રોસેસમાં અમે લોકો ડિઝાઇનની ક્વોલિટીથી લઈ અને કસ્ટમરના એન્ડમાં ઇન્સ્ટોલેશન સુધી, જ્યાં સુધી મશીન ઇન્સ્ટોલ ન થાય ત્યાં સુધી કમ્પ્લીટલી એન્ગેજ રહેતા હોય છે ક્વોલિટીની અંદર. સો દેટ યુ કેન અગેન સે દેટ અવર ઓબ્સેશન વિથ ધ ક્વોલિટી. અમારા જે વર્લ્ડ વાઇડ વેન્ડર્સ છે યુ કેન સી દેટ સ્કેનિયા, કેટરપિલર, આઈસર, વોલ્વો, ABB, સિમેન્સ, ફેગ, ટિમકેન, રેક્સરોથ, સ્નાઇડર્સ. એટલે જે પણ પ્રોડક્ટ્સ અમારા મશીનરીઝની અંદર આવે છે એઝ અ વેન્ડર પ્રોડક્ટ એ પણ બધી બ્રાન્ડેડ પ્રોડક્ટ્સ છે અને એમના પોતાના ફિલ્ડમાં દે આર વેરી નોન પ્રોડક્ટ્સ. ધીઝ આર સમ અવોર્ડ્સ એન્ડ રેકગ્નેશન. હું બધા તો નહીં કહું પણ લગભગ તમે જુઓ તો 2023-2024માં જ્યાં 2022માં અમને યલો ડોટ અવોર્ડ થયેલા છે ફોર ધ ડિફરન્ટ અચીવમેન્ટ્સ અને 2024માં યલો ડોટ અવોર્ડ્સ અમને મળેલો છે ઓનરિંગ ટુ લોન્ચ EV વ્હીકલ્સ સ્પેસિફિકલી ફોર ધ માઇનિંગ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીઝ કરીને. અમારી વી ઓલ્સો ફોલો ધ કોર્પોરેટ સોશિયલ રિસ્પોન્સિબિલિટીઝ વેર વી start with means donated the car for the blood donation. Then rural housing na projects અમે લોકો ચલાવીએ છીએ, સાયન્સ પાર્ક્સ રૂરલ વિલેજીસમાં ચલાવીએ છીએ, નીટ માટે MMS માટે કોચિંગ ક્લાસ અમે લોકો અમારા ફેક્ટરીઝના પેરિફેરિયલ એરિયાઝમાં ચલાવીએ છીએ, વુમન એમ્પાવરમેન્ટ્સ માટે અમારા કામ ચાલતા હોય છે, રૂરલ ડેવલપમેન્ટના પ્રોજેક્ટ્સ લાઈક કૂવા કોઈને ખોદી આપવા ગામડાઓમાં, એ બધા એક્ટિવિટીઝ પણ કંપની કરતી હોય છે. ઇન્ટરનેશનલ બિઝનેસમાં અમારો પોર્ટફોલિયો 50+ કન્ટ્રીઝની અંદર અવેલેબલ છે. ડીલર નેટવર્ક્સ અને પ્રોપેલના રિસોર્સિસ પણ મેં અહીંયા જણાવ્યા છે. You can see the number of countries where we are present right now, અને આ 100% ઇન્ડિયન કંપની છે, એટલે કહેતા અને જણાવતા પણ ગર્વ થાય છે કે આટલા કન્ટ્રીઝની અંદર અમે આપણી પોતાની ટેકનોલોજીને લઈ ગયા છીએ. પ્રોડક્ટ પોર્ટફોલિયોમાં જોવા જઈએ તો લાઈક વી આર મેન્યુફેક્ચરિંગ ફીડર્સ, વી આર મેન્યુફેક્ચરિંગ ક્રશર્સ, વી આર મેન્યુફેક્ચરિંગ ઇમ્પેક્ટર્સ, સ્ક્રીન્સ. દેન મોબાઈલ ક્રશિંગ સિરીઝની અંદર જોવા જાઓ તો ટ્રેક માઉન્ટેડ જો ક્રશર્સ, કોર્ન ક્રશર્સ, સેમ વે ટ્રેક માઉન્ટેડ એન્ડરર્સ અને એવીસી સિરીઝ અને QM સિરીઝની અંદર. દેન મોબાઈલ સિરીઝની અંદર જ ટ્રેક માઉન્ટેડ VSI સ્કેપલર ની ઉપર મારું ધ્યાન તમારું વધારે દોરવાનું કારણ આ છે કે ધીસ ઇઝ ફોર ધ વેસ્ટ મેનેજમેન્ટ સિસ્ટમ વી હેવ ડેવલપ્ડ, અને આ આગળ જતાં ઘણી બધી કોર્પોરેશન્સના માટે આ કામમાં આવનારી વસ્તુ છે, કારણ કે આજના તારીખમાં વેસ્ટને મેનેજમેન્ટ કરવો એ બહુ જ ડિફિકલ્ટ ટાસ્ક થઈ ગયો છે. સો whoever will have an interest, please let us know after this session. We will meet you in personally. Okay. સેમી મોબાઈલ સિરીઝમાં પણ વી હેવ કે જ્યાં આગળ નાના નાના કામ ચાલતા હોય છે અને ત્યાં આગળ મોટા પ્લાન્ટ્સ નાખવા પોસિબલ નથી, ત્યાં આગળ અમે લોકો પ્રોફાસ જો, પ્રોફાસ કોર્ન કરીને અલગ અલગ પ્રોડક્ટ્સ અમે ડેવલપ કરી છે. પ્રોડક્ટ પોર્ટફોલિયોમાં વોશિંગ સિસ્ટમ્સ અને ક્લાસિફાયર્સ છે. આપણા ત્યાં ગુજરાતની અંદર જ ફક્ત રિવરબેડ સેન્ડ જે છે એ બેન નથી કન્સ્ટ્રક્શન માટે, પણ બાકી બધા સ્ટેટ્સની અંદર એ બેન છે. તો ત્યાં આગળ અમારા આ સેન્ડ પ્લાન્ટ્સ બહુ સારા એવા પ્રકારે ઇન્સ્ટોલ થયેલા છે, અને અમને જણાવતા ગર્વ થાય છે કે આખા બુલેટ ટ્રેન પ્રોજેક્ટની અંદર જે સેન્ડ વપરાણી છે તે સેન્ડ વપરાણી છે, અને એના માટે જે પ્લાન્ટ્સ અમે લોકો ઇન્સ્ટોલ્ડ કર્યા છે એ બધા સાઉથ ગુજરાતમાં ઇન્સ્ટોલ્ડ કરેલા છે. એટલે આગળ જતાં ઉત્તર ગુજરાત, રાજકોટ અને બીજા બધા એરિયાઓમાં પણ આનું ચલન વધે તો એવું અમારા માટે પણ સારું રહે, અને ડેફિનેટલી ઇટ ઇઝ અ ગુડ ફોર ધ એન્વાયરમેન્ટ ઓલ્સો. એપ્લિકેશન્સ યા ઓકે, ધીસ ઇઝ લાસ્ટ સ્લાઇડ. આના પછી આખી સ્લાઇડ નથી. પ્રોપેલમાં અમે લોકોએ વી હેવ લોન્ચ ધ એક સોફ્ટવેર અમે લોન્ચ કરેલું છે. દેર આર મેની પ્લેયર હુ આર ઓપરેટિંગ વિથ ધ ક્રશર પ્લાન્ટ્સ ઓફ પ્રોપેલ. અહીંયા આગળ બેનિફિટ એ જ છે કે તમે જો કોઈ સિંગલ પર્સનથી પણ કમ્પ્લીટ પ્લાન્ટને ઓપરેટ કરવાની ઈચ્છા રાખતા હો વિથ ધ સેમ ક્વોલિટી, તો વી હેવ સોફ્ટવેર્સ એન્ડ કોન્ફિગરેશન્સ એન્ડ હાર્ડવેર્સ અવેલેબલ વિથ અસ, એન્ડ we will be happy to modify your plant and to offer the solution to for this particular application. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. ધવલ શાહ સાહેબ, તમારો ખૂબ ખૂબ આભાર. થેન્ક્સ.
ખૂબ ખૂબ આભાર સર. હવે શ્રી રજત દાસ સર, જનરલ મેનેજર MNS GMDCને હું વિનંતી કરીશ કે તેઓનું પ્રેઝન્ટેશન અહીં રજૂ કરશે.
Good morning and good afternoon to the August gathering. Respected Commissioner of Mining Geology, Dr. Dhaval Patel IAS. So it's very difficult to be the last speaker in the session, but nevertheless I have taken the challenge. So let us start the presentation right away. So you have been listening. There is a dream of 1.4 billion Indians. All the citizens of India are dreaming to become a developed country by 2047, and that dream has been led by our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Bhai Modi. So what does it mean by a developed nations, and are we prepared, and are we close or far away from the dream? Let's see. So this is the comparison of the largest economies of the world, and by 2015 India was positioned at 7th number, and by 2020 it became 6th, and now it has become the 4th largest economy of the world. तो अगर इंडिया 4th largest economy of the world है, so whether it qualifies to become a developed nation, my answer would be no, because we have already surpassed number of developed nations, because developed nations are measured through other parameters. There are 3 major parameters. One is the gross national per capita income, and to become the world leader or a developed nation, we have to reach a figure of $13,000 per annum. But currently we are at $3,000 per annum. So it's a long way. Second, the Human Development Index of India need to be amongst the top 30 of the world. Where are we now? Currently we are at a position of around 130. So from 130 to 30 would be a mountain climbing exercise. So it would not be very easy. Then for developed nation, we have to provide world-class infrastructure and facilities to the citizens of the country. Currently, we are fast-tracking our infrastructures, but still a miles to go to catch up the developing world. So my point is that though we are poised to be a developed nation by 2047, so we have to do lot of hard works. But there are silver linings as well. The silver lining is that India is considered to be the fastest growing major economy in the world. So we are outpacing the economies like Japan, economies like Great Britain, economies like France. So that is the silver lining. So let us see, once we are the fastest growing economy, so what are the major contributors to our GDP? The major contributors to our GDP are from 3 sectors. One, agriculture, second, manufacturing, and third, services. So agriculture accounts for 14%. Around 80 million of Indian citizens are doing cultivation, and the yield is very less, but it is contributing around 14%. And 17% is the share coming from manufacturing, and rest other are from services. So my point is that in services, because we render service to the developed nations, so that's why there is a risk, because the geopolitics are evolving day by day. So every country is very conscious of their own rights. So in that case, there is a risk that we may mature in the service sector in future days to come. In agriculture, the yield is very less. So what left with us is manufacturing. So there need to be a revolution in manufacturing to make our India a developed nation by 2047. So let's see the manufacturing landscape of world. China is having 27% of share in the GDP from manufacturing. That's the hub. Then Japan and Germany and India is catching up. India's manufacturing contribution is around 17%. So we need to cross 25% of our GDP contributions from the manufacturing, so that it will boost India to become a developed nation. So let us see state-wise distribution of the manufacturing share. So you can clearly see that among all the states, Gujarat is the manufacturing hub. So 45% of the Gujarat's GDP comes from the manufacturing sector. And yes, of course, Telangana and Karnataka are the services hub. So, Telangana and Karnataka are services hubs, and Gujarat is the manufacturing hub. So, what are the major manufacturing sectors in Gujarat? So, the Gujarat's manufacturing sector started with port and logistics, ceramics and textiles. Then it went to petrochemicals and pharmaceuticals. And petrochemicals and pharmaceuticals are the cash cows. Then currently we are into EV manufacturing and wind manufacturing, wind power manufacturing sectors. I mean the windmills, those are being established to produce wind energy that are being manufactured here. So those are the accelerators, and the future is semiconductor. So we can see that the accelerators and semiconductors, the future manufacturing, upcoming manufacturing sectors would be requiring lot of minerals, lot of critical minerals. And that's why, as my previous speakers told, that Gujarat is well poised with having promising deposits of rare earth. So Gujarat can lead India and the world to become a global hotspot in rare earth revolution. Now, coming back to the minerals, as I told that the manufacturing, acceleration in manufacturing will lead India to a developed nations. So, Gujarat is already having 45% of its share. So, do you believe that Gujarat has saturated? No, of course not. Because Gujarat has established itself as a destination for the industrialization because of its industry-friendly policies, because of the port and railway and road logistics, because of ease of doing business. So it has become a manufacturing hub, and because the ecosystem has already been established, so number of industries are looking to set up their manufacturing plant in Gujarat. So there are a lot of prospects in Gujarat for the manufacturing revolution. So why a mineral engineer or mining engineer telling about the world story about the manufacturing revolutions for future days to come? Because every manufacturing sector requires raw material, and that raw material is being produced from the mines. So my point is, if Gujarat poised to be a manufacturing hub in future days to come, then we need to revolutionize our mining landscape, and we need to revolutionize our mining activity in Gujarat. So what is the share of mineral production and consumption in terms of value and volume of Gujarat? It is merely 5% of the national average, whereas our GDP contribution is significantly high, but the mineral productions and mineral consumption in terms of sales, in terms of volume and value, are 5% only. So lot need to be done in Gujarat in terms of exploring, in terms of discovering new minerals, because as I told that 80% of the Gujarat's geography as till date is unexplored. So there are a lot of possibility. So I believe, and apart from that, as I told you in the earlier slide, that the future is of semiconductors, and the future is of permanent magnets, and the future is of critical minerals. So in that case, RE and the discovery of RE and the critical minerals will be accelerating the growth of Gujarat's future mining revolution. So let us, because I am from GMDC, so I would be expected to describe the mineral landscape of Gujarat through GMDC's lens. So what are Gujarat's and GMDC's strength as of now? So we are having the only deposit in Asia of fluorspar, and 100% fluorspar is being imported as of now. So we have started producing, and it is going to scale up, and it will completely substitute the import. So there are lignite in Gujarat. and GMDC operates most of its lignite reserves. Apart from that, we are having limestone, we are having a huge amount of silica sand, we are having marl and perlite, not in GMDC, but Gujarat as a whole. And we are having manganese as well, we are having copper as well, we are having bentonite as well. So there are we are having bauxite as well. There are number of mineral bounties are with GMDC, and GMDC is supposed to leverage all these minerals for the prosperity of this Gujarat's industrial future revolution. So these are, as I told that, yes, of course, GMDC is having lignite, coal, energy, and this has been covered. And GMDC is spread across the geography of Gujarat, and GMDC has ventured into the far east state like Odisha. So GMDC has acquired 3 coal blocks of late, and the total resource of coal with GMDC is around 2,000 million metric tons at Odisha. So that will be helping us to secure the energy needs of Gujarat, because industrial revolution requires energy. So that would be fulfilled by Gujarat. By venturing into outside Gujarat, by facing all the difficulties, GMDC would be able to start its first mining by another few months, and thereafter coal will be flowing from there, and that would be help to generate electricity and thereby securing the energy requirement of Gujarat. Okay. So this is the mineral assets available with GMDC. Friends, kindly see very closely. GMDC is a profit-making company, and it is profiting around 1,000 crores on annual basis. And we are leveraging only 49 to 50 lakh crores, 50,000 crores of mineral assets. But GMDC is having 6.85 lakh of mineral assets. 1,000 crores of profit from 50,000 crores of mineral asset, and we are sitting over 6.85 lakh crores of mineral assets. So there are numerous possibilities in future days to come, and GMDC will be definitely be one of the major levers in the mineral productions and the industrial revolution of Gujarat in specific and India in general. So let us talk about the industrial revolution. Let us talk about the various types of minerals GMDC is having, and what are the prospects in terms of the Gujarat's economy in future days to come. So I will cover it very shortly. As I told that GMDC is having 2,000 million metric tons of coal reserve. You can see that Gujarat is not having any coal reserve as of now. But Gujarat would be requiring around 25 gigawatt of coal power plants. So, and around 10 gigawatts of power plants are retiring because of their life. They have completed their life. So there would be a shortage in future days to come. Gujarat is not having any coal, and coal-fired power plants are retiring. So in that case, GMDC's coal assets in Odisha state would be aiding the energy security of Gujarat in future days to come. Next, GMDC is into lignite, and in Gujarat we require solid fuel for the industries to operate their, to operate their plants. They require solid fuels, and Gujarat is requiring around 40 million metric tons of lignite or coal on an annual basis. So GMDC is producing around 8 million metric tons, and rest are imported from Indonesia or from some other countries and from far off states like Maharashtra and Chhattisgarh. So in that case, you can see that those imported coals are selling to the customers at a rate of 5,700 rupees, and we are supplying at a rate of 4,400 rupees. So we are supplying with a subsidy, with a discount, because we are a Gujarat company and we care for the Gujarat industries. And in future days to come, GMDC's capacity for lignite production would be increasing to 15 million metric tons. So that means that GMDC would keep on supplying cheap and discounted lignite for the sustainable growth of the Gujarat industries. Now coming back to copper, there is a deposit very close to Rajasthan at Ambaji, and that copper deposit was it was actually evaluated by BCG, one of the world-class consultants, and BCG told us that it is one of the top 5 reserves of world. And you can see in the graph, all the international companies are operating number of copper deposits, and in that, amongst that list, GMDC's Ambaji deposit is at 5th. And I was told that in one of the mines in Iran or Middle East, they are operating at a concentration, at a copper concentration of copper percentage of around 0.8, whereas we are at Ambaji, we are having 1.5% of copper in the deposit. And apart from copper, we are having lead and zinc. The total metal content would be around 10. And these are critical minerals and future minerals. So once it will be operationalized, it will change the landscape of the critical mineral requirements of Gujarat and India as well. Now coming back to limestone, as you know that Gujarat is very rich in limestone, but you can see that the total cement producing or total cement producing capacity of India is around 450 million metric tons as of now, and it is supposed to increase at a rate of 6 to 7% in future days to come. But see at the Gujarat figures. Gujarat is having a capacity of 28 million metric tons of cement manufacturing plant, and the requirement is around 58 million metric tons of cement. The cement requirement is 58 million metric. There is a gap of 30 million metric tons. Huge gap. So how this would be bridged? So this would be bridged by the reserves of Gujarat or by the reserves of GMDC. GMDC is having 3 major limestone mines at Kutch, and the total reserve potentiality is around 2.5 billions. And 2.5 billions mean it can support around 25 to 30 million metric tons of cement capacity for 40 to 50 years. And that kind of capacity it bears at Western Kutch. And you can see the national figure as well. See, the cement capacities of UP and MP are shrinking, and the eastern parts are under stress and Rajasthan is under stress. South is somehow stable. So the evolving hotspot in cement manufacturing in future days to come is Gujarat, and that is Western Kutch. And with the proposed railway line up to Lakhpat, so it will change the total geography and the total economy of that region and Gujarat as well. So coming back to silica, nobody is talking about silica. Silica is considered to be a minor mineral. So the India's silica requirement as of now is 12 million metric tons, and it is supposed to grow to 17 million metric tons in future days to come. And GMDC is having a resource of around 400 million metric tons of silica at Rajpadi or Rajpadi locations of Bharuch. So 400 million metric tons of silica in a single deposit. So that is a treasure to unleash. And what are the use of silica sand? It looks very innocuous, but it is having very impactful use. So they are used in foundry, they are used in glass, they are used in future solar glass manufacturing processes and future solar wafer manufacturing processes. So future lies with silica sand. So the railway line by around 10 to 11 kilometers from our deposit and the nearby port within a distance of 100 kilometers would definitely help the investors to invest in this silica sand in future days to come, and that can be a hotspot of silica sand based manufacturing industry at Bharuch. Now it has been covered, my friend Swagat Rai Saab, so I will skipping it. I will be skipping it. So this is a new kind of development. At Walia lignite mines, you can see that we are about to explore. We are about to do mining for 100 million metric tons of limestone. That is huge. That is huge at Walia. But you can see that we are restricted to do mining activity up to 130 meters only. Beneath that lies 400 million metric tons of untapped limestone. So how that can be explored? That is a national treasure as well. So how that can be explored? That would be explored by underground coal gasification. That's a future technology. So the coal or lignite will be gasified at the bottom, and that will convert into useful gases, that will substitute the natural gas, and that can be supplied to the industrial clusters of Vapi, Surat, Ankleshwar, Panoli, etc., etc. And what is the potential? It will be cheaper. It will be leveraging those untapped national resources, and at the same time it is also helping us to reduce the carbon load. You can see that if the total carbon emission potentiality is 9 million metric tons, then by using this it would be very close to 5 million metric tons. So there would be a potential of reducing the carbon footprint by using this future mining technology in the industries to up to 50%. So I'm coming to my last part of my slides. So my point is that we are doing mining activity, but mining is perceived to be an evil industry. Mining is associated with lot of pollutions, lot of evil kind of narrations. So, but things have changed. Things have changed at GMDC, and things are changing in the landscape of mining industries of the future. So we need to be sustainable. To become sustainable, we have to adopt at least three things. First, waste to become resources. So GMDC is adopting this technology, and GMDC is converting the waste water, saline water, into potable waters. GMDC is converting the wastelands or reclaimed mine lands into grasslands. GMDC is converting its fly ash into bricks, and at the same time GMDC is also introducing technology for capacity rationalization. So in that case, GMDC on an annual basis consumes around 700 crores of rupees for the fuel purchase. And by introduction of technology or IoT devices, that would be supposed to reduce by 10%. So there would be a net gain of around 70 crores on annual basis, which will help our sustainable journey by just introducing technology, digitization, etc., etc. And last but not the least, we used to touch lives. We used to do number of CSR activity close by. So that help us to win the community trust, and that will help an ecosystem for the industries who are, or the downstream industries who are based on mineral, to establish their units close by. So thank you. Thanks for the patience hearing.
ખૂબ ખૂબ આભાર સર. અને હવે વાયબ્રન્ટ ગુજરાત, કમિશનર ઓફ જીઓલોજી એન્ડ માઇનિંગ ડિપાર્ટમેન્ટ, અને ખાસ કરીને ઇન્વેસ્ટર્સ જેની રાહ જોઈ રહ્યું છે તે સમય આવી ગયો છે. સાઇન એન્ડ એક્સચેન્જ ઓફ એમઓયુઝ. આથી હું તમામ ડિગ્નિટરીઝ શ્રી કમિશનર ઓફ જીઓલોજી એન્ડ માઇનિંગ ધવલ પટેલ સરને વિનંતી કરીશ. શ્રી મેનેજિંગ એન્ડ એક્ઝિક્યુટિવ ડાયરેક્ટર જીએમડીસી રૂપવંશી સરને વિનંતી કરીશ કે સ્ટેજ પર પધારે. અધિક નિયામક વિકાસ શ્રી એસ જે ચાવડા સરને વિનંતી કરીશ કે સ્ટેજ પર પધારશે. અને તમામ સ્પીકરશ્રીને વિનંતી કરીશ કે સ્ટેજ પર પધારે. લઈ જવાનું. માનનીય કમિશનર શ્રી ધવલ પટેલ સરને હું વિનંતી કરીશ કે LNS કંપનીના પ્રતિનિધિશ્રી અહીંયા પધારે. લક્ષ્મણભાઈ કામરિયા, જેમનો પ્રોજેક્ટ છે વીરપુર લુસરી બ્લોક 4 કલ્યાણપુર, મિનરલ બેઝ સેક્ટર, જેમનું ઇન્વેસ્ટમેન્ટ છે 100 કરોડ. તાળીઓથી વધાવી લેશો. જે દેવભૂમિ દ્વારકા કલ્યાણપુરની અંદર ઉપસ્થિત છે. આ પ્રોજેક્ટથી કુલ 100 લોકોને એમ્પ્લોયમેન્ટ મળવા જઈ રહ્યું છે. નેક્સ્ટ એમઓયુ છે શ્રી વિરેન્દ્રસિંહ HL સાવરિયા, સ્ટેજ પર પધારે, જેઓનું કુલ 60 કરોડનું ઇન્વેસ્ટમેન્ટ છે. ખૂબ ખૂબ તાળીઓ થઈ જાય. કમિશનર સાહેબશ્રીને વિનંતી કરીશ કે એમનું એક્સચેન્જ કરે. મિનરલ બેઝ પ્રોજેક્ટ તલાજા 75 એમ્પ્લોઈઝને કામગીરી આપવા જઈ રહ્યું છે. ખૂબ ખૂબ આભાર સર. હું શ્રી S.J. ચાવડા સરને વિનંતી કરીશ કે મેનેજિંગ ડાયરેક્ટર એન્ડ એક્ઝિક્યુટિવ ડાયરેક્ટર ઓફ GMDC રૂપનસિંહ સરનું સ્વાગત કરશે. હું શ્રી ચાવડા સરને વિનંતી કરીશ કે ડૉક્ટર વિજય કુમાર દાસ, ડાયરેક્ટર ઓફ GSIનું મોમેન્ટોથી સ્વાગત કરશે. હું શ્રી ડોડિયા સરને વિનંતી કરીશ કે જનરલ મેનેજર શ્રી PPD GMDC સ્વાગત રેસરનું મોમેન્ટોથી અભિવાદન કરશે. હું શ્રી N.A. પટેલ સરને વિનંતી કરીશ કે શ્રી રજત દાસ સર, જનરલ મેનેજર MNS GMDCનું મોમેન્ટોથી અભિવાદન કરશે. હું શ્રી પ્રતીક શાહ સરને વિનંતી કરીશ કે મેનેજર શ્રી પ્રોપલ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીઝ નીરવ મેવાસ્કરનું અભિવાદન કરશે. શ્રી પ્રતીક શાહ સરને વિનંતી કરીશ કે સુમિત ચૌહાણ, સિનિયર જીઓલોજીસ્ટ CGMનું મોમેન્ટોથી અભિવાદન કરશે. શ્રી ડૉક્ટર પ્રતીક શાહ સરને વિનંતી કરીશ કે શ્રી અભિનવ સેન ગુપ્તા, એસોસિએટ ડાયરેક્ટર PwCનું મોમેન્ટોથી અભિવાદન કરશે. ખૂબ ખૂબ આભાર સર. ડૉક્ટર પ્રતીક શાહ સરને વિનંતી કરીશ અહીં પધારી. ઓકે, ક્વેશ્ચન આન્સર. અત્રે તમામ વક્તાઓએ ખૂબ ખૂબ સરસ અને ખૂબ અગત્યની માહિતી અત્રે પૂરી પાડી છે. તો આપ સૌ શ્રોતાગણો, મહાનુભાવોને કોઈ પણ ક્વેશ્ચન હોય તે પ્રેઝન્ટેશનની અંદર તો પૂછી શકો છો.
Hello. Okay. So the question is for the GMDC, I think, like you guys have mentioned about the REE, as the mining has been started in operations already, or is they are still under exploration phase at the moment? Yep. And so what are the steps? Like, you know, I do understand this is still in the exploration phase. Yeah, okay. So are you waiting for the approvals and all?
These clearance processes are going on.
Yep.
So depending upon the time that is required for the clearances to be obtained, after that we will start our operation. Mining
So what time frame are you looking for the starting of the operations?
operation we are targeting by end of 28.
So, and is there any plan for the refining and smelting as well? And what are the upstream and downstream process? Do you have that, or are you still under
For
investigation?
downstream, as I told in my presentation, we need some partners.
Right. Okay.
So we will keep ourselves limited up to the separation.
Right.
So mining, beneficiation and separation. That will be the GMDC scope of work.
Right.
For downstream integration, we need some partners. For that, I invited all of you to
Okay.
show interest and collaborate with us.
Sure. Yep. Okay. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
So I just want to ask you one thing. It's about the atomic and nuclear precisions that are coming out of the REE in the upstream and downstream both. So what are the remedies and the precautions or any policies there for that?
So in India, there is one body under the Atomic Mineral Concession Rule. It is governed, and there is one body called AERB, Atomic Energy Regulatory Body. So they will have the total control over the atomic minerals, and here we are not getting that much high concentration of atomic minerals. So that will be well within the control and will be taken care by AERB. Yes.
Similar question regarding, like, does India hold the refining capabilities as compared to other countries like France or China?
No, it is not.
Right.
That is what I showed you in my presentation. That is what we are going to establish. So we need a collaborative approach within the country as well as international collaboration also.
પ્રતીક્ષા સને વિનંતી કરીશ કે મંચ પર પધારી આપ સર્વેનું અભિવાદન કરશે.
Okay. Most eagerly awaited part is on my side today. I'm not taking too much time. First of all, I would like to thank Government of Gujarat and Vibrant Gujarat Regional Conference Authority for providing us such a nice platform. I would like to thank our Commissioner sir, Dr. Dhaval Patel sir, for his continuous guidance and support. Presence of Rupan Singh sir has fueled an energy in this environment. I would also like to extend my gratitude to all the speakers. Their insightful knowledge and trending talks will definitely help us understand the sector very nicely. I would also like to thank you, our family, stakeholders and leaseholders. On such a short notice, you are here participating in this seminar and platform. So thank you very much. I would also like to thank our district officers, their team and our HO team for their relentless efforts. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
થેન્ક યુ સો મચ સર. સર આપની આજ્ઞા હોય તો આ કાર્યક્રમને પૂર્ણ જાહેર કરીએ અને એક પૂજા કરીશું આપણે, જેનું નામ છે પેટ પૂજા, કે જે આપણે અત્યારે સૌને સિલ્વર કેટેગરી કેન્ટીન ફર્સ્ટ ફ્લોર પર મળી રહેશે. તો આપ સૌ ત્યાં આપણું ભોજન ગ્રહણ કરશો. ધન્યવાદ. અને જે ગોલ્ડ છે એમને ગોલ્ડ ડાઇનિંગ અલગથી કરેલું છે, તો તેમની વ્યવસ્થા અલગથી છે, તો ત્યાં આપણું ભોજન ગ્રહણ કરશો. ધન્યવાદ.